Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Sean, aka the Lifting Ninja, and today we have another episode of the Lifting Ninja podcast. Now, today we're going to be covering a topic that we don't typically cover, but I feel like it kind of goes in line with the video that we just recently posted, which had a little bit to do about overcoming certain fears. And that brings us to today's topic, which is overcoming gym anxiety. Now, I feel like there's three main things that people typically deal with when it comes to overcoming gym anxiety. And it all kind of falls under one umbrella, which is caring too much about what people think or people's thoughts about the way that they look or the way that they do things. Now, the first of these three is being too self-conscious about the way that you look. Whether or not you are a person that is overweight or a person that is underweight and skinny, I feel like you're kind of at a disadvantage when it comes to looking a certain way when it comes to going into the gym for the first time. A lot of people that go into the gym for the first time to start working out, I feel like they're given the benefit of having an average build. They're not really overweight and they're not really skinny either. They just kind of fall right in the middle. And for you people that are overweight and it's visible, I feel like one of the biggest things that you guys can do to help offset this anxiety is, first of all, understand that if there are people in the gym that are in better shape than you, that you are working toward the same goals. And you never know the people that are in there that once were in your same position. There could be a ton of people in the gym that are just a result of sticking with proper diet and proper exercise. They may have been just as big or bigger than you. You just never know. And I'm sure there's a plethora of people in there that have been through the same situation that you are going through right now, and they made the same decision that you are making. And you also have to realize that you are making a decision to better your own health and your own fitness level. So you have to take pride in the fact that you have chosen to do this for yourself and that you are trying to better yourself. And once you do this and you stop thinking about what people think about your looks, then you will be able to go in and really focus in on what you're trying to do, which is trying to better yourself. You've got to block out the negativity that you think is there. And I'll be honest with you, just from my experience, I'll tell you a little story. There was a time that I was at the gym and I heard this couple talking. I guess it was a wife that had drug her husband along to the gym that day, and I could hear out of the corner of my ear there that he was saying, "Oh, I look stupid. Oh, I look stupid." And I could kind of tell that he was talking about me, thinking that he was looking stupid or that he, didn't look in shape or anything. And, I had to go over there and kind of console him a little bit because, I told him, people, when they're in the gym, and at least for me, I'm just kind of in my own world. I'm not worried about how people look and, if you're overweight, underweight, whatever it is, I'm not worried about that. And, I had to tell him that the people in the gym, they're trying to do their own thing too. So you just have to be able to go in and really focus in on what you're doing. Don't let other people dictate what you're trying to do, because 9 times out of 10, they're not really focused on you. It's just you creating that scenario in your head. And I mean, it's the same for the people that are underweight. Especially for guys too. I've seen a lot of smaller guys come in. They've got a really slight frame to them, and they worry about the guys that tend to be, like 6'2", 6'3", about 240 to 260. the bigger guys that you see in the gym. I mean, even for me, I'm only about 6'1", 210 pounds. So, I mean, I'm not even the biggest guy in the gym. But one thing that I had to learn whenever I was smaller is that you can't really worry about guys like that because typically they're not really worried about you. And again, it's creating that scenario in your head. But you have to focus in, and this was the same thing for people who are overweight. You have to focus in on what you're doing and understand that you have made the choice to better yourself. Now, whether your goals are to get that big or not, you still have to be focused in. You've made the decision to get in better shape. And those people that are in there that look that way, they were in the same spot and they had to make the same decision to be able to get to where they're at. They are merely a product of hard work and dedication and making the decision to actually stick with it. So if you're feeling self-conscious about the way you look right now, then you've got to be able to get past it and just be like, hey, I know I may look this way right now, but I know how I want to look and I know how I'm going to look. And you focus on that. And if anybody tries to tell you otherwise, you just keep pushing. Because the only thing that you're doing when you make that decision is bettering yourself. So stick with it, get past that self-consciousness, and go in there and do your work in the gym and get it done. Now, the next thing is not knowing what to do for your exercises. Not really having a reason or a rhyme to what you're doing. Now, this can really pose problems to your results that you're seeing in the gym if you don't have a methodology to your training or you have no structure to your workout plan. And, I've seen this too many times, people bouncing back and forth, not really knowing where to go or what to do when they get in the gym. They just think that if they go and they do a whole bunch of stuff that it's going to, heed results for them. And it's not the case. Typically I like to keep to splitting the muscle groups on different days. And sometimes I'll switch it up and do full body workouts 3 days a week. And for, splitting up the muscle groups and everything, I would recommend 5 to 6 days. And, that kind of structure really helps to bring along the results. Now, I mean, of course, there's more training programs than just those two, but all that being said, what you need to do to start taking away the anxiety for this particular thing is you have to do your due diligence. And that is doing your research, going on the web, finding workout plans. And I mean, there's so much good information on the internet. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why the liftingninja.com is here. I'm going to be continuing to put up good information, helpful information to help you with your workouts and helping you with workout plans, whatever it may be. But even beyond that, there's still a lot of good information on the internet. There's plenty of good sources. You do have to kind of vet these things, though, because not everything is quality. But if you do your research and you really get into finding some good stuff, you'll be able to go into the gym and have a better idea of what you need to do in order to get the results that you're looking for. Because not everybody's goals are the same. So once you start to do the research and find the things that you're looking for and really start to bring structure to the exercises and to your workout program in general, your anxiety will gradually go down because you'll know more about what you're doing and you'll stop thinking so much about what people think about your workout plan, and you'll stop thinking that they're judging you for going in and hopping all over the place. Now you'll be able to go in and really be able to be like, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this today. And you go in there and you get it done. And the last thing we're going to be talking about today is not knowing how to do the exercises or use the machines. And again, it goes back to doing your due diligence. When it comes to knowing how to do exercises or use machines, exercises even for me, whenever I was going through pursuing calisthenics pretty heavily, I wanted to learn how to do more advanced calisthenics workouts. And, I wanted to do one-arm pull-ups. And so what I did is I went on YouTube and went on other places on the internet and looked up how to build up to that. Because, it's not just, pulling yourself up. You have to do it with proper technique, proper form to keep yourself from getting hurt. And you also have to be able to build up to the exercise properly so that you build the right amount of strength to be able to do it. So, I mean, even for someone like me who's been training for quite a while, you still have to be able to research and know whenever you don't know something and admit it and then change it. And as far as the machines, again, you can do research and find how to use certain machines. But even more than that, usually gyms will offer tours of the gym, and they'll show you how to use the equipment. They'll take you through all that. And if you really feel like it's necessary, then I would definitely take advantage of that if your gym offers that. But even more than that, most weight equipment, weight machines, and different things like that, they offer a label or a sticker on there that'll show you a diagram of how to do that particular exercise with that machine. So if all those fails, you should have that on the machine at least. But I mean, it all comes back to doing your research, and the more research you do, the better you'll feel about what you're going in there to do. And it's going to help bring down that anxiety and really make you stop thinking about what people think about you. Well, that should pretty much cover all the topics for today. I want to, again, just, let you guys know that you can go to theliftingninja.com and check out everything we've got on there. We've got everything from a beginner's grocery list to exercise advice, and there's plenty more to come, and there's plenty more to come on the YouTube channel as well. I'll leave the link down in the description, and we will see you guys in the next episode of the Lifting Ninja Podcast.